What's going on, guys? It's Kahari Jones with Motivated Purpose. I'm here with Nick Hamilton. So we're going to be doing post-game analysis real quick. You know, we're here at the Sparks home opener. Nick, what's your thoughts about today's game?
I thought it was a very interesting game, especially when the Sparks coming off that huge win up at Golden State on the other night. I mean, you had Kelsey Plum with big-time numbers, 37 points, 40 minutes, the entire game. But you knew, Cheryl Reeves and the Minnesota Lynx were going to concentrate on her especially. So she's going to have to get everybody else involved. And unfortunately, it just didn't come out the Sparks' way today. Minnesota Lynx were just too dominant, especially in that second half. They really put the clamps down. I mean, they shut it down, man, like nobody's business in the third and fourth quarter, and that's what enabled them to prevail, rather, with Minnesota going 2-0 now, and Nafisa Collier having 23 points, but Courtney Williams, my God. That woman is a floor general if I've never seen one, and the way they do that beautiful pick and roll, like we were talking about in the game, man, that beautiful pick and roll that they do, I mean, that is state of the art. And Cheryl Reeves is not going to enjoy this win as much because it's 2-0. She always strives for perfection, as we heard in the press conference. So, listen, man, this Minnesota team, this is a different beast. This ain't the Golden State Valkyries. This ain't the preseason. This is the regular season where it counts. And, I will say this much, man. We kind of hearing some of the similar excuses we heard last season, man. I don't know what you heard at the presser, but from what I heard, it sounded like the same excuses, bro.
Injuries and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because they're constantly rebuilding, and that's what it is. They got a new coach, and, and Lynn Robertson, they got a whole new system. Everybody's learning her system and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Obviously, Kelsey Plum is new here as well. So what you think about her? Obviously, you've been covering the Aces. What's her transition over here looking like?
I think, well, it's going to take time. I will say that. I mean, a lot of people say, we live in this microwave society where it's got to happen in 15 seconds or less. No, that's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. What's going to happen is you got to get a young lady who is coming out from being one of the leaders of a championship franchise, coming to a franchise that has not sniffed the draws of the playoffs in Lord knows how long. So you got a young lady who's going to be able to facilitate, be able to bring that veteran experience and presence to these young players, especially someone like a Rickea Jackson, who unfortunately she collided going for a loose ball at the end of the third quarter, but the update has been she's in basically concussion protocol, so we'll wait and see. Hopefully she comes out of that much better and she doesn't miss a whole lot of time. But I think a lot of the other players like De'Erica Hamby are going to have to really step up because, like I said, there's no way in West Hell you're going to tell me that you're going to play Kelsey Plum for 35 to 40 minutes a game. You're going to wear her down, similar to what we saw Mike D'Antoni do to Kobe Bryant back in 2013, and that's how he got the Achilles injury. So I'm not wishing any injuries on anybody, but you don't want to tempt the basketball gods and fate when you adding these many minutes to her plate. So I love Kelsey Plum. I think she's a great player. But it's about the other four that are on the floor with her.
Absolutely. And my last question before we get up out of here, is a quick wrap up. I was impressed by Sarah Ashlee Barker. You know what I mean? She didn't do too much on a stat sheet and whatnot, but the way she was playing, she used all her fouls.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Her confidence. Like, that was super impressive to me. Like, what are your thoughts about her?
I think she's going to be a very competitive player. I think that as she grows, I mean, she's all over the floor, and she's still learning, man. She's still wet behind the ears, man.
She's still a month out.
She's still wet behind the ears. She got to get used to the W and how we play, the physicality and whatnot. I mean, it's a new system for her, so I don't expect a lot. I expect her to be competitive and play hard. But that's it. I mean, we're not gonna use her nickname, but we're gonna call her Sarah, and we're gonna do it that way. But no, I think I think she has a good future here. I think if she wants it to be here, I think she will be here. But she's got to compete, not just in practice, but she's got to compete on this floor night in and night out. And that's the only way she's gonna be able to stay on this squad.
Thank y'all, man. It's Kahari Jones from Motivated Purpose. We're gonna give y'all more of these courtside takes pretty soon, man. Stay tuned. Let's get it.
Hello.